How are you guys? Long time no see. Feels like a long time no see. Okay, I need you guys all the time. You know that. I need you guys all the time to like and subscribe. Yeah? Follow. Yeah? Because I got loads of content. I got loads to say. You know this already. So today we're talking about on Figs podcast. Today we're talking about when are you gonna grow up? When are you gonna use your own brain? Because we're all adults here. I'm not including the children. I find it frustrating having to nurse the children once they're past nursing age. It frustrates me. It annoys me. You've got big chat for me. Hear my policy in my yard where I live with those 4 people that you met the other day. From the time you don't want to do what I've asked you to do, you can move out. Clearly, you're big enough to make your own decisions because you're not listening to me anymore. You're big enough to make your own decisions. See you later, off you go. As you know, most of them ain't of moving out age, so it ain't happening. Shut your mouth. Do you get me? Listen and you will learn. Don't question me. I'm here. My sole duty is here to look after you. I've never let you down yet. Who are you questioning? Do you get me? Anyway, that's that. Yeah? Are you doing that? Because if you are, you're big enough to know your way around. Know your way around the kitchen. Do you get me? Know your way around the bathroom. You know how to clean the bathroom, Jed? When you come out of it, bare suds after you. You could be man or woman, I'm not bothered. Come on. Look behind you, isn't it? Right, but those aren't the main things about that. Those aren't the main things about it. Hear what we're talking. We're talking day to day today. We're not talking on a overall level. We're not talking about things over an amount of time. We're talking about on a day-to-day time, day-to-day living of how we live in this community that we live in, yeah, whatever community it is, yeah, on a day-to-day basis, okay? Do you know how draining certain things are? You don't, do you? You're not aware. I understand that you're not aware. Because if you was aware of how draining things were, half the things that you deal with wouldn't come out your mouth. For example, babe, where's my socks? Babe, have you seen my da-da-da? Is it mine? Did I use it last? Do I wear your socks? Do I even look like your socks could fit me? Why are you lot asking for bits and pieces that you've left wherever you... Yeah, a lot more constructive. You get it? Because, like I say, it's day-to-day dread, and it is draining. I can't tell you how draining it is. Okay, how about this one? Swap. You be the person that you live with, and let them be you. Yeah? And like I said, remember, I'm not doing this gender thing. Yeah? This thing is generic. Swap roles. See if you can do their role and see if they can do yours. Because you know what happens after life? Death. And when I'm not here to do it, because I ain't living forever, who's going to do it? Because you don't know how to. That's an impossible way to live and expect to be successful. If you're always relying on somebody else to do something for you. My dad was a terrible one for it. He used to ring me and say, darling, I've got this form to fill out. And I'd say to him, do it yourself. And he'd say, charm man, you know I can't do it. Why not? You can read and write. You know what he used to do? Get my sister to do it. And you know what she used to do? She used to do it. Duh. So no one's actually learning anything, are they? No one's getting anywhere. You're just having an easy life because this person is now not bugging you to do what they've asked you to do. No, I want the hard life because it would be nice if you actually got something out of this and learned how to fill forms out for your own self. So we got a win-win situation. I don't get bothered with you asking me to fill out your form, and you've learned how to fill out a form. How about that? Your form is now filled out. You can then send it to where you need to send it. And whatever business that you're looking to get done on whatever level it is can get done because you made that happen. Hear who the name on the form is. Yours. If you can't read and write, I understand. There's these things that audio. Do you get me? Or whoever you're confiding in, get them to read to you and continue to provide the answers and stay there with them while they fill out that form for you. Don't just give them the form and go about your business. Because that's not taking responsibility for your stuff. You see, when that form doesn't get filled out properly and whatever it is that you're applying for, whatever the form is for, doesn't get done properly, the first thing that you're gonna do is blame that person. Whose name is it on the top of the form? It's yours. Who was the form addressed to when it came in the letter, or whoever's email, or however it got to you? You. Take responsibility for yourself and your things that you do. Then, I'll tell you what, if we all done that, half the problems that are existing wouldn't be existing. You got people taking up things for people all left, right and centre. You're not helping. You think you're helping because it makes you feel better, because that's all about you. It's not about the person that you're doing the act for. I remember when I first moved in to where I live now, the neighbour's washing machine broke down. Yeah, she came for a few times to use my washing machine. You see, after the times when I thought, hang on a minute, I said, but if I keep letting you use my washing machine, you ain't going to fix yours. As terrible as that sounds, can you hear that message? Fix your washing machine, then you will no longer need to keep on asking me to use mine. Because why do you want to keep doing that? What's wrong with you? Here, another thing. When I first had the girls, I couldn't plait hair. Every minute I'm bringing them to people to plait their hair. Nah, forget that, Dread. Learn to plait. It's just 3 little strands of hair. Do. Before you know it, hair plait. Every week. Not a problem for me. Do you get me? Because that's how I stay. I like to progress. I like to get along. The less I have to ask for, the better equipped I feel. The same applies to everybody. Do you get it? We've all got our go-to people. We've all got people that we can rely on. The less you use those people, yeah, the better off your relationship with them will be. We all seem to get very complacent. That's what it is. And I don't mind complacency, because complacency lets me know who you are. Lets me know, yeah, this is you in your comfortable state when you think nobody's watching. Love that. That's how you get to know the real people now. Yeah, you can't keep digging people out all the time. Yeah, I'm not a nagger. And the reason that I'm not a nagger is because I like to see you in your true light. Do you get me? But if I keep nagging you, I'm not going to get to see you in your true light, because you're always going to be worried about what I'm going to say next. Yeah, and doing blah, 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 to make sure I don't say anything. No, I don't want that. I want to see you in your true light. People get complacent. And complacency, as we all know, leads to contempt. Do you get me? And you can literally fall out with people once you start all getting too comfortable. Yeah? And habits start creeping in, and traits start creeping in that you didn't even know that people had. You never know somebody until you know them. Forget about living with them. It doesn't take that. You don't have to go so far. Yeah? Living with them is like jumping in the water at the deep end. Or you can put your little foot in, you know, to find out the temperature of the water, if you're going to go in any further or not, by just letting people be complacent. Complacency has taught me so much. I do it with my children all the time. I let them, sometimes, when I walk into the yard, yeah, I don't know where I am. I've got no idea of what I've just walked into. Bomb site, Beirut, Syria on a bad day, Iraq war, I'm not sure, yeah? But it's a mess. Because nobody has picked up after themselves. And you see the clothes? The clothes come like disease dread. You wear them every day, you wear them every day, you wear them every day. Socks, underwear, top garments. In the winter, it's worse because you've got more clothes. Do you get me? You see, if you don't fold them, how they look when you're not folded clothes and they're just all over the place. It looks terrible. Take time to pick up after yourself, Dread. The day-to-day is draining. The day-to-day of expecting somebody else to pick up after you is draining. You know, everything you use. For instance, you take your clothes off the tag. You know that little tiny plastic bit, yeah, that holds the price tag to the label of the clothing? Yeah, you know that little tiny bit? Do you know, if you really went and checked your yard now, how many of them you'd find around it? Because they ain't been picked up. Because nobody even cares that they dropped them. Seriously. Little things like that just bugged me, man. Because it's not about dropping it. It's about who do you expect to pick it up after you, Dread? You think this is? Like I said, even if I was the top paid housewife, I'm not picking up after you. Somebody should have told you to do that, and you should know to do that from long time. Even if nobody has told you, you must have been somewhere that's tidy, isn't it? And you know what? You got a tidy place, yeah? You have a tidy mind. You can focus. People have organised mess. I get that. It's not in anybody else's way. That could be within your own private space, or you might have a little office somewhere. But it can't be hindering other people that you live with on a day-to-day. Think about what I'm telling you. Start being a bit more considerate. Start being a bit more empathetic and putting yourself in the person's shoes that has to pick up after you every day. And just like I said, go for it. Swap roles. You wouldn't dare, half of you. You can't manage. You can't do what they do. They can do what you do, though, all day long. I'm sure half of them would be so grateful for the opportunity to do what you do, which is absolutely nothing. Come on, pull your finger out. It's not about growing up, you know, because you get little kids that are carers. You got little kids caring for their parents on a daily basis. Yeah? There's like hundreds of thousands of child carers out there. That's a fact. So that is not being about being an adult. That's just about thinking. With the human brain that you have. It's not difficult. Come on. Thinking about somebody else. Not being so inconsiderate. Babe, where's my... Look for it yourself. If you really can't find it, and the only reason that you really won't be able to find it if someone come in the yard and teeth it, yeah, then you might have a little talk to ask a question about, oh, have you seen my blah, blah? Do you know how I can do this? Or blah, blah, blah. Most of the time, the information's at your fingertips because your phone's in your hand. You ain't go nowhere without it, not even to the bathroom. Can't put down phone because of all kinds of reasons. We're not even getting into that. That's another story for another day. So if you've got your phone in your hand all the time, look whatever it is you need to look up yourself. So for me, as an adult, this is how I judge another adult. For their capabilities. What they can do. Not for me, for themselves. Because hear what? If you can't help yourself, you sure damn won't be able to help me. Do you get me? You sure damn won't be able to help anybody that needs more help than you or even the same amount of help than you. You might be able to help somebody that needs less help than you. And you don't even need no help at all because you're more than capable of what? Doing it yourself. You get it? Because people that are not able-bodied are determined to do it themselves. What's your excuse, Dread? Like I said, all about ability and not attitude. Yeah, I put that down to most things in life. It's not about your ability. It is usually about your attitude, whether you're going to get through or not. Because you've always got a thing called development. You've always got a thing called will. Yeah? You've got development, you've got will, yeah, you've got the right attitude. Yeah? Even if you can't do it at the beginning. Even if you're rubbish at it, even if it's your first go, even if you've never heard of it. Yeah? With those two things, the determination and the will, Jed. What? You know how far you can go? Right. You see, when you're really good at something. Really good. Fastest runner in your class. Top at maths. But you don't want to. Can't be bothered. Well, what good's that to anybody? What good's that to you? Do you get it? What good is it to you if you have the ability, but your attitude does not match? You will not get far. You will sit down there with your ability and you will be what they call wasted talent. I don't use talk like waste man. I don't use them talk there. Yeah? I don't know where that come from. I don't like it. I don't use it. Well, you're what you're called wasted talent. Do you get it? So, let's not be wasted talent, isn't it? Let's use our talents to the best of our ability, yeah, to help ourselves and in turn, what? Help others. Have you ever heard of that before, helping others? You're so selfish, man. And love, keep things to yourself. I said to little Ute the other day, the tap was leaking. I said to him, go on your YouTube and find out how to fix it. When I woke up in the morning, it wasn't leaking. I said to him, how did you stop it? He said, he's not telling me. I said, my goodness gracious me. Man doesn't even want to share information. That's how tight man is. Well, how far are we getting with that? Huh? Little information you can't share. Nah, Jed, what if I want piece of food? I go dead? Come on, man. Yeah, so I think that's what it comes down to, basically. Just stop being so damn selfish. Do you know what I mean? And then when you stop being selfish, you'll grow out of yourself. You'll see things that you didn't usually see. And you'll realise, oh my days, that little boy fell over. I didn't even realise. Let me go and pick him up. But with your little selfish self, you could pass him. You could be crying. You got your phone in your hand. Your business about people falling over. We need to stop it because it's making us divided. It's segregating us. Do you get me? It's everybody's got their own YouTube channel. Everybody's got their own way to go. Do you know what I mean? If we all put together, we could make a CNN. Or we could make a whole Dallas. Do you get me? Dallas was on for decades, you know. Dallas was on for years. I think they even brought back a new Dallas. That's how successful Dallas was. It's just got bare people in it that all wanted to be actors. Somebody got together and said, let's make this show. And the same actors stayed in it year in, year out, day in, day out. They didn't even shift. J.R. Ewing, it was Dallas forever. He was Dallas. We could make a whole thing. They got some little things going on in America like that. We could do stuff like that, but because we're so damn selfish and want everything for ourselves, and nobody wants to look for their socks, yeah, to even leave the house to put on shoes, yeah. You got babe's got to be involved in it, yeah. Everything's got to be babe, yeah. That's the where you getting. And when babe found your socks, yeah. Oh, this is the most famous one. Mum, have you seen the cream? No. You ain't hearing nothing for a while. Did you find it? Yes, Mum. You couldn't tell me you found it. You couldn't tell me. You're not doing that all the time. Adults are doing it to each other all the time. Oh, I found this thing, yeah. I'm not going to tell blah, blah. Do you get me? And you're not supposed to be together. Little things like that. Come on. We're losing our way because we're not united. We're not. We go out of our way not to be united. Black people, yeah, we're running from each other. We're scared of each other, Jed, because we know the capabilities. Do you get me? We know the levels that man can go to actually, literally bring you down. What a shame. And it all starts at home with stuff like considering the day-to-day. You consider the day-to-day, yeah? The months, the years, and the decades will take care of themselves. If everybody picked up their own litter, there wouldn't be a litter crisis. I don't think there is anymore. Do you get me? Because people are more conscious of it. But where that really needs to start is at home. And you need to be more conscious of what's happening at home and stop taking it for granted. Your parent or your carer is not going to be there forever because we're all born to what? Dead. So no matter what, you're going to have to leave a message for somebody behind you. Think about that message that you're leaving behind on a day-to-day basis. Because it's the day-to-day that clocks up. It's the day-to-day that those little ones are watching. They're there, seeing it. Your friends on the street ain't there seeing you when you wake up in the morning with a caca in your eye. They don't know that. It'll dribble down your mouth. Do you get me? And all your balls is hanging out one side of your boxer shorts. Your friends don't see you like that. They only see you when you're fully dressed and ready. You get me? And you got bare fire in your belly and bare big chat. What's going on back at home, bruv, behind the scenes? You left your underpants with your skid marks in it on the floor in the bathroom. That can't really run, can it? Nah, because that's not a proper person. You're not fulfilling who you really are. You get me? Kind of fake, really, isn't it? Yeah, don't forget to look behind you, people. Don't forget to pick up. Stop taking things for granted. And remember, the day-to-day is a hustle, and it's draining, Dread. Anything you can do to help, beg you. You know what I mean? Come on. Little piece of empathy, little bit of selflessness would not go amiss. Right, okay. Listen, I don't think I've told you lot yet. Don't forget to like and subscribe.